everybody, this is Jim the Tabletop Engineer and welcome to a new playthrough video. Today I'm playing Bug Hunt. I've got my soldiers all set up, ready to go. I am bringing my 3 soldiers, red, blue, and green. And I'm also bringing, red, blue, and green. I've also got 3 4-man fire teams. 3 4-man fire teams, yeah, I said that right. All right, so if you didn't watch the first mission briefing or the mission briefing before this, let me just give you a quick summary. I've got one objective here. It is vital. It is green. It starts with a tracker token on top. And I've got another one over here that is just a standard one right here, a blue. To win a mission, you need at least 2 victory points. You can get 2 victory by getting 1 vital, but I'd like to get both. The problem is, my guys are way over here, and that one is way over there. So we shall see. The first thing I need to do is give you the stats of the fire team real quick. I will put, the way I do this is I usually put cards up on the screen that show, the stats and stuff like that. What I will do is I will do that very early in the mission, but then I'm gonna wean off it because it slows down my editing. But also, I figure by the time we're about halfway through the video, you should know that my 4-man fire team has a reaction of 1, a speed of 4, combat plus 0, toughness of 4, and savvy of 0. They do not have any saves on their armor. All right, so the first thing we need to do is roll for the fast phase. And the way you do this is you roll 1 die, 1d6 for each unit. Red, blue, and green are considered their own units, so there's 3. And then I've got 3 fire teams. So I'll be rolling 6d6. And what I'm looking for is 1s and 2s. And I got a 1, a 1, and a 2, which is really good. All right, I'm going to assign these. Now, my red and green have a reaction of 2. Blue has a reaction of 1. I really need to increase that. But my fire teams all have a reaction of 1. What I want to do is I want to go ahead and get these guys moving. So I'm going straight at that one. So I'm going to assign 1 to this fire team right here. I'm going to assign another one to this fire team, and the 2 can either go to red or green, and I'm going to give it to green, who will stay with this fire team, at least for now. All right, so now that I've got that, what I need to do is get them moving. So the first fire team can move 4, and then they can move an additional 2 if they are sprinting, which is what I'm going to have them do. This one's going to run right here, and they're just going to stay in formation. And that will be them. I'll put a 6 to indicate they have gone right here. Right there. Over here, same thing. Well, okay, first off, I'm very lucky. I have a tactical marker here, which I need to check to see what it is. If you are within 3 inches of a tactical marker when the game starts, you can see what it is. So yeah, let's do that. So the tactical marker, let me get to it real quick. It's when you come within a certain range of it, and I believe it's 3. Tactical, yes. 3 inches, any figure that is within 3 inches and is not firing. So it just turned out that this one I placed there. I randomized my starting grid or starting edge, so they're going to get 1 right off the bat. So you roll a d6. I rolled a 5, which is neutralize. It says remove any 1 contact marker of your choice. Well, there are only 2 contact markers. There's that one and that one over there. So obviously, I would like to remove this one so I can get straight at it. Don't worry, those contact markers are going to come back. I'm going to be fighting aliens. There is no doubt about it. But that was a lucky roll right off the bat. So I'm going to go ahead and have them move 6 to investigate. A figure must finish within 3. Okay, I investigate. Any figures within 3 is not firing or engaging may attempt to activate it. I think I can still move. Any figures when it's not firing or engaging may attempt to activate it. Yeah, you basically just move within 3 inches of it. All right, so 6 would put him here, 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 and here. And that was their activation. And then green, I'm going to send green along with them. Green has a combat of +2, so I want to keep him nearby. And that is the end of the fast phase. So let me move this around here for you. I've got 1 unit that moved here, 1 unit moved here, and green. All right, so now that the fast phase is over, you move to the enemy phase. And during the enemy phase, you do different things. All right, so first off, we reveal spawn points. Now, in this particular game, if you watched the mission briefing, I believe I rolled for 2 spawn points. Yes, there are 2 spawn points. Here's where it's going to get nasty. If they're unrevealed, a single spawn point is revealed and placed on the battlefield. Make a random direction roll in the center of the battlefield. Follow it to the edge, placing the spawn point. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll this D10. I'm going to pick this up temporarily, and I'm going to roll this that way. So I draw it over there, and there is going to be a spawn point. And a spawn point I'm going to represent by this little silver cube. And it's going to be placed right here. Not an ideal spot because it's over near that objective point. And then the second one, is going to be placed over here. Not what I wanted. Wow. This step does not apply in round 1. This is round 1, and I guess I should probably have a die to represent the round. I'm going to put this back like that. Okay. You will roll a d6 on the next turn, and that will set a countdown timer for these on when something will spawn. Right now, I'm getting a little breathing room. So let's skip that. We don't do the place down, closing down spawn points. Okay, now, order of movement. If there were any aliens on the board, and there are not, no bugs yet, they would move first. So after that, you move the tracker tokens. There's 1 here, and there's 1 there. So let me do this. I'm going to spin this around here. We're going to do the one on the refinery first. You roll a d6 and a d6. They have to be different colors. Green is mine, red is the enemy. If I beat the enemy, it moves in a random direction, that number of inches. If red beats green, it moves towards the closest soldier that many inches. So it beat me 5-3. So it will move 5 in. The closest enemy to this one is going to be these guys. So it will move 5 inches, and it can move in a straight line. So it's going to move right here. I'm just going to put it on the ground here, right there. Now, is it within? It is 9 inches from the first Marine. You don't necessarily see it, okay? There's a rule for when you spot it, and what it is it says if a marker is in sight and not in cover within 6 inches, you do a detect roll, but it's not within 6. It will be probably on the next time. So let's do this one right here. Roll a green and a red. 5. I beat it, 5. So I'm going to roll for a random direction. This way it will move 5. So this one moves right about here. And that will be that. All right, now that all of the tracker markers have moved, it is now the slow phase. So I spin this back around, and all of my guys get to go. Let me move this chair so I can set my book aside. All right, so we come back over here, and I've got these guys right down here, just making sure it was on the camera. Blue, red, and a squad here. I anticipate that is going to be a problem. So I am going to move orange squad 6 inches right here. Yep, a little too far. Right there. And blue and red. Now blue can move 6, Red can move 5. That means blue can actually move 8. I want blue to trigger this one. Let's go see what it is. So I'm going to move him 8, which is going to put him in here in the middle of all the containers. Red, I want red in the firefight. So I think what I may do is, well, red can move 5 plus 2 is 7. I'm just going to move him right here and get him ready to climb up here so he has a lay of the land. All right, that is the slow phase. Now, now what we do is, it is the, what phase is this? This is called the spawn phase. All right, so remember, during round 1, you don't do this. If this were round 2, we would reduce the counters on these by 1, and if it gets to 0, you spawn an enemy. So I've still got one more round to get in position. So let's go ahead and move to my fast phase, where I'm going to roll 6 dice. Set a timer here, 11 minutes. So I've got, there we go. All right, I got a single 1. Ugh. All right, I'm going to give that 1 to blue. I want to try and trigger this. I need to get within 3 inches of it. Blue has a reaction of 1. So I'm going to move him within 3. I'm just going to move him up here. So he's looking down, and he is moved. Now, he is within 3 inches of this marker. So let's check to see what it is. That is a tactical location. So I roll a d6. I rolled a 1, which is distract. When activated, all enemies within 18 inches are distracted and cannot act during the next enemy action phase. Note that contact markers are unaffected. That's what that is. It's not affected. But if a contact marker is revealed within range, the newly placed enemies will be affected. Oh, that's excellent. All right, so basically, since the distraction prevents an enemy, that means aliens, from acting on their next turn, well, it's not, because that was a fast phase. None of my guys are going to get to move until this one. Now, if this one moves closer and it gets within 6 inches, it will reveal itself, but the distract will force it to be distracted. So that could work out for me. So now that fast phase is over, we do the trackers. There are no aliens yet. Now what we do is since it's the enemy phase, I have to roll for the spawn markers. So let me get to that. Every spawn point has a countdown. If the score, okay, roll a d6 for every spawn point. You do this during these at the end of each round. Proceed through the following: reveal, increment, place. Oh, I don't have to do it until the end of the round. Okay, I don't have to do it during the enemy action phase. The enemy action phase, all I'm doing is this. All right, so let's roll a red and a green and see where it moves. That's not what I wanted. 6 to my 4. It will move 6 inches directly towards me, which puts it right there. That is, without a doubt, within 6 inches of my soldiers. So here is where we get to reveal the big bads. On page, if you have the book, I'll tell you where it is. It's on page 194. This is where you roll for the type of enemy you're going to meet. It is a D100, so I'm going to roll a blue and a yellow. Blue is high. And I rolled a 47. 47 are razor lizards. Razor lizards. And I'm sure these are not good. How many? 1d6 plus 1. Oh, 6 of them. All right, so there will be 6 of them here. The razor lizards have a speed of 6, a combat of plus 1, toughness of 3. All right, that's good. They're easy to kill. And damage plus 2. So when they hit, those razors do some nasty stuff. It also says, defeated troopers who roll for post-battle injuries must add 1 campaign turn to all recovery time. This does not apply to rolls on the Lost Marines, right? So if red, blue, or green gets injured, gets taken out, and I roll for an injury, it'll be a certain amount of time that they're out of action. I have to add one more game turn or one more game to that. So I want to protect them. All right, the good news is they are distracted this turn. Well, they were already, well, it doesn't matter because they got revealed. They will get to move on their next turn. So my good friend Brian provided me these bugs. These are going to represent the razor lizards. Oh, man. Brian, by the way, he's a friend. He has a 3D printing business, resin and FDM, and he's going to be selling terrain at conventions and stuff like that. So if you're in need of bugs, if you decide to play this game and you're in need of bugs, let me know and I'll put you in touch with him. All right, let me set some extras over here. All right, it is time for the slow phase. Oh, no, hold on. I still got to do the trackers over here. Hold on. All right, so that one moved, and then we got to do this one. All right, so let me roll for this one. And it beats, no, I beat it by 4 to 1. So let's roll to see which way it moves. It's going to move that way 4 inches. So when it reaches the border, what I do is I just shift it, I just have it trace the border. Okay, here we go. Now the good news is I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of my men all within combat range to shoot. So let's do this. All right, so I'm going to turn the board this way, so hopefully you'll be able to see a little better. And let's get doing this. All right, let's start with this fire team first. That fire team, their weapon, by the way, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I guess it does. Some of their weapons, they just have a standard combat rifle, and that rifle I think is an 18 range. So I'm well within range of. Let's see if I can find that just to be sure. There are cheat sheets in these books somewhere with all the ranges and stuff like that. I know it's here. Sorry, 1 second. Here we go. Combat rifle has 26 one shot. So each one of them will get 1 shot. Now remember, on a natural 6 hit, you get to roll an extra shot. So let's start out with yellow. Yellow will roll a d6. What he's looking to do is he's rolling for their they have a toughness 3, but at first I need to hit. And the way you do this is you look at the range, and the range is less than 6. Sorry, I'm going to get to the main rules here. So it's less than 6. So I need to roll a 3 or higher to do a hit. And I'm just double checking. Yes, within 6, you roll a 3 or higher. So yellow is going to shoot at the closest one. He needs a 3 or higher, and his combat is +0, so no mod. I rolled a 6, so he will get another shot. So the first shot, let's check it. Now, the Razor Lizard has a toughness of 3. So I roll a d6. You have to beat the toughness. If the weapon has a damage modifier, which they do not, you would add that. So right now, with a toughness of 3, I need to roll a 4 or higher. I rolled a 5, and it kills that bug. Now, the good news is he gets another shot off. So I'll shoot the next one. He needs a 3 or higher. He got it. Does it beat the toughness of 3? It does. So another bug is down. In my past games, the toughness has been like 5, and that's hard. You got to roll a natural 6 to kill it. So this 3 is not so bad. What I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate my man to face away from the enemy to indicate he has shot. So this guy right here, now I could move. You get a move and well, hold on. I think you have to move before you fire. You do. You have to move before you fire. So he'll be staying put. This one right here will shoot at the closest one. He needs a 3 or higher. I got a 5. 3 or higher to hit. To kill him, he got a 6. Boom, another one gone. The one behind him will fire at this one's the closest. 3 or higher. Missed. And the one, it would normally be a jam. If he got to roll twice and you roll 2 1s, the gun jams. So he is done. Oh, wait a minute. He shot, this guy shot, so I'm flinging around. I've got one here. He will shoot 3 or higher. He misses. Man, come on, guys. And let's see. Red, I'm not going to have him go just yet. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this team move here, 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 and here. And they're going to shoot. So first one will shoot here, 3 or higher. He misses. Come on. This one will fire. Misses. You gotta be kidding me. Look how close they are. Next one misses. You have got to be kidding. And then the last one hits. Does it beat his toughness? It does not, but he does get a stun marker. The stun marker on an enemy means the only thing they can do on their turn is remove the stun. That's it. So there are 2 left. Red has a shotgun. He gets 2. He will move here. He's within 6 of this one. He will take both shots. You can only shoot the same target with a shotgun. He needs 3 or higher to hit. He got 1 hit. Did it beat the toughness? It did, and he blasted this one into pieces. Oh, okay. These guys are going to be out of range. I got 1 bug that's going to be able to activate because this other one's got a stun. Now the question is, can I get these guys? If they move 4, they are not within 6 inches. They were within 5, which means they would have to roll a. They're within weapons range. They would have to roll a 5 or higher. But it's worth it. I think it's worth it if I could get. That one would get right here, and no, they're not going to be able to do it. Green, hold on. Green has a hand cannon with an 8-inch range. If he moves 4, he would be here, but he's behind cover. He wouldn't be able to shoot. So one of these bugs is going to get into action. All right, so let's do this. We're going to trigger this signal. This icon, this represents like a signal you pick up, and you have to investigate. You don't have to investigate it, but you kind of want to, because it can be a good thing. It can be a bad thing. But there is a rule. It says if there are only 1 to 3 signals, HQ considers the chance of survivors too unlikely. You are free to pursue. You only have to check out signals if there are 4 or more, and I believe there's 1, 2. There are only 2 on the map. So, but since I'm running by it, I'm gonna, because you have to be within 9 inches of a signal to investigate it. So these guys are going to move their full 6 right here, there, and there, and I'm going to send green with them. Green will go. Green is 4 plus 2 is 6. He can move right here. All right. So now on page 208, I am going to have to roll to see what this signal is. It can be a good thing. It can be a bad thing. I rolled a 2, which is evidence. Someone wanted you to find this. It seems to be data pointing to the origin of the attack. This counts as 1 additional objective completed. Yes! That's XP right there. For every objective, you're going to get a certain amount of XP. So that counted as an objective. Plus 1. All right. And that is the end of the slow phase. I better roll some stuff for fast phase, but before we do, we have to do the spawn phase. So, now that it's round 2, let's do this silver. You roll a d6, and this is a countdown marker. I'll re-roll that. Ooh, 1. On the next turn, this goes to 0, and it'll spawn a marker here. Let's go over to this one. Right. Oh, and by the way, I triggered this one, so I get to remove it. This one right here. Let's, no, that one, excuse me. Let's roll for its timer. 4. Okay, that's not bad. And now it is the fast phase. So I better get some good rolls here for fast phase, because I got 1 alien that's going to be coming at me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see what happens here. I got a 1 and a 2. That's good enough. I can assign the 1 to this group right here, and I can assign the 2 to red, who has the shotgun, which is what I want. I want to unload on these guys. All right, so I'll spin these guys around to indicate they are ready to fire. Actually, I'm going to spin all my miniatures around so that they are indicating they are going to fire. Okay. And everybody's facing front. Okay. Yellow here will fire. Let's turn him around. He gets 1 roll. I need and he's going to shoot the 1 here. Let's see. That was the slow phase. Yeah, so he'll shoot the closest one. He needs a 3 or higher. I got a 3. Does it beat his toughness of 3? It does not, but he does get a stun. Yellow. This one right here will fire. I'll spin him around. He's going to fire at the one with the stun marker. He misses. This one will fire at the one that just got the stun marker and misses. This one will fire. Misses. Okay. The good news is if I can just kill one of them, the other one will only get to remove their stun marker. So red is going to fire his shotgun at the one here. He needs at least a 3. Come on. I got a hit. Does it kill him? It does not, but it does give him another stun marker. So the good news is they will not be activating this turn. So that is the fast phase. On the enemy phase, these 2 will each remove a stun marker, but they get no other action. But I do need to go over here and move the trackers. There's only 1 bug tracker right now, this one. So let's see what happens. It's a tie. If it's a tie, you place another tracker on top of it. So it spawned a new tracker token. And that is the end of the enemy phase. Slow phase. Blue. Blue will sprint. This is only 2, so he'll go 2. How much? He can move 6. So 2, 4. That's 6, and then he can move 2 more. He's right here. I'm going for this one. Who else? Oh, these guys, of course. They will open up each one of them. This one will fire. I'll spin him away from the enemy. Needs a 3 or higher. Got it. Does he kill it? He does. Yes. All right. The next one will fire at this one with a stun marker. And he hits. Is it greater than 3? It is. And we kill that one. So these bugs are not... So, it's where it gets bad is when they get in there and they have that +1 combat and +2 damage. If they get within melee range of you, you're toast. Because with that... With the combat of +1, they're more likely to hit you. And with the damage of +2, my toughness on these guys is only 4. So with the damage of +2, they can beat my toughness by rolling a 3 or higher. They got a 50-50 shot of killing them. So do not want these bugs getting anywhere within range of me. So I'm going to leave the other 2 who didn't fire. I'm going to leave them alone. I want them moving as a group. And I'm going to move this group 6 inches. Right here, right there, there, right there, and right there. They are not within, they are within 9 inches of this signal. Let's see what this signal is. On page 208, it's a 4, ambush. Whoever signaled is long dead and this place is hot. Treat the signal as a contact marker. That's what I was worried about. Treat it as a contact marker that rolled a 3 to 6, placing enemies normally as per the contact rules. All right, so we have a contact, and the contact will do, how many was it? 1d6 plus 1 razors. 4 of these guys. 1, 2, 3. 4. That's what happens when you play with signals. It can help you or it can hurt you. All right, that's all I got. I am out of time for this video. This is Jim the Tabletop Engineer. I'll see you in the next video. Everybody, take care.
Check out the new RPG and Wargame newsletter. Each week, the Tabletop Engineer shares news, products, Kickstarters, and much more related to the gaming hobby. It's free to subscribe, so check out the link in the video description below to sign up.